All my friends are bearded, you should know.
Hashtag never shave, I let it grow. You ever shave face, well, that's cute. But look what my bearded friends can do.
But look what my bearded friends can do.
All my friends are bearded, you should know. Hashtag never shave, I let it grow. You ever shave face, well, that's cute. But look what my bearded friends can do. I can take the nest of birds out of my beard, make a hideaway, stow away. Just because you don't get what
He gets all into that about the finger in the.
They completely just start ignoring him like they are
Yeah.
not comfortable having that conversation.
No.
All right,
So-
Dylan, pick a number between 1 and 21 without it being 13.
Let's go with 19.
This is where a intelligent person starts at 21 and counts back to 19. 21, 29. Do you prefer to attend concerts or festivals, clubs or theaters?
Concert.
Concerts or festivals? Like, would you go to a concert like to see that
One
artist?
night. One
There
night.
might be
One night. There's
one night,
there's
there might be an
4 or 5
opening-
artists.
Okay.
Or
opening
three, you
act
know what I
in the
mean?
main-
And then you
or
have
a
a
festival
headliner.
where it's like 3-day
Yeah,
weekend where you
yeah.
have 100 bands playing
Yeah, where
on
you
3
have-
different
I,
stages.
I would
Yeah,
definitely prefer a festival.
Or there's well the way I figured it out was my live music experiences have been in typically those venues. It's either in just like a little club, a little nightclub or whatever, you know, a bar, or it's been in a theater,
Yeah.
or it's a the festival or
Yeah.
whatever. And
So,
so,
I've been to a concert and I've been to a festival. I definitely prefer a festival.
yeah.
Yeah.
We used to go to a bunch of Warp Tours and Edge Fests and stuff
Edge
like
Fest,
that.
yeah.
You know, because it's like, damn, dude, you can, you pay, it's like $100 or something to get in.
But you're getting
but-
all your money's worth for it.
Yes.
yeah,
Every
exactly,
penny.
exactly. It's like there's 4
I mean,
or
you
5 stages,
you could pay
and there's bands playing on, almost constantly on each one of them. So it's pretty badass.
You could pay $300 right now to be in the same venue as Taylor Swift and see her as a little speck way down there. You know what I mean? Or you could have paid $100 and saw 6 bands up close and personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I saw Korn. I've seen Blue October that way. All at the same show,
Mhm.
Shinedown, all at the same show. So
So
it's-
I've only been to see, as far as concerts are concerned, I've only been to see the Slipknot Korn concert, and then the 2 times that I saw Linkin Park. Now they were
Oh, you've seen Linkin Park live? That's awesome.
saw them twice.
Nice.
indoor or outdoor?
It was at Fair Park in Dallas at the amphitheater. What used to be Smirnoff, what used to be Super Pages, what used to be
Gotcha. Yeah. Your mom's
Jackson
house.
Energy Pavilion. Yeah. Sorry, I froze up there. My brother and my best friend Paul were making fun of me. We were on a thread. We're all on a group chat, and they're
Yeah.
talking shit. I mean, we're all just talking shit.
Bring your mic down. Just
I don't want to.
bring it.
Don't tell Matt
Just
what to
there
do.
you go.
Don't tell me what to do.
There you go.
They're like, my brother spouted off, hey, I got a game we can play. Let's listen to Between Two Beards and then take a shot every time they mention Linkin Park.
Drunk.
All right. Okay. I'm glad to know that.
So when I
Chester
said
Bennington.
right now when I said Linkin Park, I froze. I'm like, well,
Mike Shinoda.
so can't help it. They're my favorite band. Anyway,
Hybrid
yeah.
Creek.
As far as other concerts are concerned, I've only seen Texas country music artists in Texas honky tonks,
Yeah.
like Gillies or Silver Saloon or Billy Bob's or something like that. So
Right.
that's the extent of my concert going experiences.
Gotcha.
But when I saw Linkin Park, it was, you got your money's worth because I paid $68 for a ticket.
Yeah.
But the concert started they have a part of the parking lot gated off, and they have a stage out there. And they Linkin Park was doing their Project Revolution tour, this was back in the late 2000s. You got to see 10 bands or 8 bands or whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
That's where I saw Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah.
That's where I saw His Infernal Majesty.
Oh God.
That's where I saw Mindless Self-Indulgence. That's where I saw 10 Years, which is another one of my all-time favorite, very
I would
underrated
like
bands.
to have seen them or something. Yeah.
I love 10 Years. I think
Teenage Wasteland, such a good song.
Teenage Wasteland.
Isn't that it? Isn't that one of their songs?
That was Van Hagar, wasn't it?
I thought they had a
They had a song called Wasteland.
Maybe it was Wasteland.
It was just Wasteland. It starts off with that guitar, that boom, boom.
Yeah, it's just Wasteland. Yeah, that one.
I think you would really like some of their newer stuff. Their newer albums.
I don't. Is it clipping out?
A little bit. It's not now that you've stopped moving stuff. They're from Knoxville, Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken. Really, that scares obvious tears, but they have one of my favorite covers that I've ever heard. It's it is a Nirvana cover, Heart Shaped Box. They covered Heart Shaped Box.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's on that third album down. It's on that album. And they completely redid it. Like, go to that album and listen to it just real quick. You don't have to listen to all of it. On the one on the far right, the one in the middle now, the white one. Yeah. Go to that album. Should have Heart Shaped Box on it. Right there. They slow it way down. And I don't know what it is about this guy's voice, but I love this guy's voice.
She eyes me like a Pisces when I am weak. I've been locked inside your heart-shaped box for weeks.
I love how he's almost whispering it.
I've been drawn into your magnetar pit trap. I wish I could eat your cancer when you turn black. Hey, wait, I've got a new complaint. Forever in debt to your priceless advice. Hey, wait, I've got a new complaint. Forever in debt to your priceless advice. Hey, wait, I've got a new complaint. Forever in debt to your
So anyway, yeah. Saw them.
Dude, that'll put you to sleep. It's good, but
Yeah.
so slow.
So that's the extent of my concert going stuff. Oh, so that's the first year the co-headliner was My Chemical Romance. We talked about that.
You like My Chemical Romance?
Oh yeah.
Did I say
Yeah.
Taking Back Sunday? I saw Taking Back Sunday as well
Yeah.
on that first tour. The second year the co-headliner was Chris Cornell. Chris Cornell in Linkin Park.
It seems like didn't we just hit the anniversary of their
Of Chester.
both?
Chris Cornell's was back in March.
Yeah.
Chester's is in August.
Okay, that's what it is. So it was because Chris went and
Chris went, and then Chester killed himself on
Yeah.
Chris Cornell's birthday.
Yeah.
Shows you how close they got.
Yeah.
I mean, they were on tour together for 2 years.
Yeah.
And Chester in previous
Have you know all the
interviews.
conspiracy
Yeah,
stuff?
I don't
That's
feed
so
into that crap.
Yeah, I'm like,
I feed into a
I
lot
don't
of
know,
conspiracy
there's-
crap just for the entertainment value of it, but there's nothing entertaining I find about my favorite singer
Yeah.
of my favorite band killing himself.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of hoopla.
Well, it's true that they were doing some investigating, but anyways.
That's
Okay.
that's one of those things you'll never know the truth.
No.
The- But knowing the truth isn't going to change anything, so it doesn't really
Right.
matter.
Pick a number 1 through 10
Are we going to hear the topic?
8.
of random.
8. Ocho.
Golly. Back on. Okay. What's your favorite book or movie of all time, and why did it speak to you so much?
Harry Potter, hands down. No questions asked.
I'm close there with you.
Why
just
did it speak to you?
Because how much it impacted my childhood. I just loved it.
How?
It just I
Give me. I want specifics.
I grew up like watching it like as like I was almost Harry's age, like in the movies like as they were coming out.
Okay.
And I went to see every single one of them with my mom when they dropped in the theater.
Okay.
And I got the book. She always bought me the book like right when it came out too.
Yeah.
I was just always in sync with it, and it was an escape.
Yeah.
I love
Okay,
reading
that's-
it. And,
there
That's-
you go.
that's the
what
word
I
I'm
wanna
looking
hear.
for,
That's what I
escape.
want
Yeah.
to hear. There you
That's
go.
exactly the way I
yeah,
felt.
absolutely. That's how I feel. It was an escape. That's
Okay.
why it impacted me so much.
When I started
There you
reading
go.
Harry Potter, she had just only wrote the third book.
Yeah.
She was still writing the fourth book, The Goblet of Fire. When I finished with Prisoner of Azkaban, I had to wait for her to get finished writing Goblet of Fire to read it. Then, of course, Order of Phoenix had to wait for her to finish writing it.
I
Yeah.
started the first book and never finished it. It was good. It was just at that time.
You haven't read all the books?
No.
I highly recommend it.
Yeah. I just at that time.
So you
it
remember
just- I
how
just wasn't
remember
able
how
to,
Squirrely Dan
so.
said, "Have you ever had any attentions paid to your bunghole?" And the other two just, all right, Dylan. For the rest of this podcast, this is going to be you and me talking.
I've seen
We're
all
putting
the
him out.
movies. I've seen all the movies.
Wands out.
I've
Wands
seen
out,
all the
Matt.
movies.
The movies don't do it justice. Now,
No,
granted,
the books are phenomenal.
I know that's a
But-
cliche, and that's
Without a doubt, I bet it because I know what it's like whenever you're.
But I
taking
was-
movies from books.
I was a resident of the state as a juvenile when that was coming out, so that was my escape from that place.
Yeah.
I was reading those books, and I was in that world.
See, I did that with
Yeah.
Stephen King whenever I did my state-sponsored vacations as an adult.
I like how you put that.
State-sponsored vacation. I like that too.
A staycation, because you had to stay right where you were.
Well, there was one time where I stayed in one place and then they bounced me to another place and they bounced me to another place and then they bounced me. Sometimes you do stay, but then whenever I was getting out, whenever I was getting released, I went from, I went from Abilene, Texas, all the way down to Huntsville, which that took like 3 days. I had to stop in 2 other prisons before I got down to the Walls unit. First prison in Texas. It is the prison in Texas. It is, so if
No air conditioning.
it's old as F, dude. They have it was built whenever they built it. They gave a prisoner a horse. While you were there, you took care of this horse, you trained it, you did all these things, and whenever you got out, they gave you a horse and like $1 or something, whatever. It was big money back then, whatever. Like they'd give you 50 cents or whatever and a horse, and there you go. You can go survive. You can go start your life with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that place, I was staying there, and I had to stay there for 4 days or something, like 4 or 5 days, until like to spend the whole week there. And there was holes in the cement blocks, like where they had changed out the plumbing, switched around different types of sinks, different types of toilets, types of deals, and there were rats, huge freaking rats, and you would hear them running around and stuff. And yeah, and they would they said, do not keep your commissary on the ground, always keep your commissary up, never leave anything on the ground because of rats.
Yeah.
It's freaking gross.
Oh, man.
It's on the outside.
What is this, Germany?
There you go. Shut the door. There you go. That's as much as it shuts. Well, I've got the towel hanger up there, so it's
Yeah.
like, well,
Yeah, hard to shut.
for those that do not know what my bedroom studio looks. My bathroom is literally right there. So, whatever. But I also gave the option for a top 3 in that. So it's like,
Okay, well, I'll give you another one.
yeah. Let's hear. I want to hear things like it actually. Yeah.
The
Go for
Giver.
it. Oh,
The
see now
Giver.
I have read all of those books.
Yes,
I have
me too.
I read every single
Well,
one.
no,
of them.
I have not. I've not read all the
of them,
books.
Yes.
I read the first one.
While I was on one of my state-sponsored vacations, my dad. That's one thing. My dad, he hooked me up with books. He was like, "Dude,
Yeah.
I understand it
Need your
sucks there.
books?
Here you go. I will do this for you. You know."
Right.
And that's like, oh, such a lifesaver, dude. Such a lifesaver, like
Yeah.
for real. And so he sent me the box set, and it had like the map of the whole world and everything, and it showed like the sled going down, and it was really cool. And then I was glad whenever they did the movie. The movie was pretty good for a rendition, you
Yeah.
know. I wish they would have continued. Wish they
Right.
did the other. I think there's 3 books.
The Giver.
The Giver.
Have you read the
Was there
books?
3 or
Watched the
4?
movie? He said Sam was saying when you're in the bathroom that he gave a top 3 option. So Harry Potter was my first. And the Giver was my next one.
Yeah. Hello, here I am. So I had forgotten all about that book, and me and Tori was laying in bed one night talking about books, and she had brought that book up, and I'm like, I think I remember something about that. The Giver. Wasn't it like a Pulitzer Prize winner and all that? I think that was one of the books I had to read in middle school, along with Holes.
Newberry, Regina.
Yeah.
Newberry, that's what I was thinking of.
Newberry.
Holes, and there was another book called
Holes.
Bud Not Buddy.
Holes was good.
Hmm.
There was a book called
see,
Bud Not
19
Buddy we had to read. Yeah. The Hatchet. We had to read The Hatchet.
The Hatchet was awesome.
See, I went to Newcastle, so it's like the criteria that I had
Curriculum.
curriculum.
Say that again.
Curriculum.
Well said.
Curriculum.
The curriculum.
A circle lum.
Curriculum.
That's awesome.
Say ask.
Ask.
Let me ask you a question.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah, I didn't have to. Like, there was a lot of books that I hear people are like, "Yeah, we had to read that." I was like, "No, we didn't have to do that."
We had to read Where the Red Fern Grows.
We had to read that. You know,
Yeah.
Sounder.
Sounder.
You know,
Sounder.
yeah.
Yeah.
We read the book, then we watched the movie, and I was like, "This is bullcrap." Like I had a hound dog, I had a coon dog whenever I was a kid, and she was missing a chunk of her ear, and I was like, "My dog has a bigger chunk out of her ear than that dog on that." And I was like, "Whatever," but
When I was a kid, I got really into Hank the Cow Dog.
oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Hank the
Sleeping
Cow
on a
Dog.
gunny sack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I was doing my staycation, I also got into a lot of what's his name? John Grisham.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He always writes stuff has to do with like lawyers and
Yeah, he does court stuff.
court stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot of his books have been turned into movies. Pelican Brief, Runaway
See, that was
Jury.
I read a bunch of his stuff whenever I
Yeah.
was on my state-sponsored vacations as
Yeah.
well,
I
because
enjoyed his
it was
stuff.
like, give me something thick, bro. Like, give me
That's
a
gonna
thick
take
book.
me a week
That's
to read.
yeah, because
instead of something I can get through in a day.
yeah, I got to where whenever I got sent to prison and I knew that like I was going to be there for a whole year. By the time I got to that point where I was about to finish out my sentence completely and be off everything, I was like, man, if it doesn't have 1,000 pages in it, don't even waste your time sending it to me, because that is 1,000 pages was not even a week's read
yeah,
for
about
me.
4
Yeah,
days.
yeah, about
Yeah.
3, about 3 or 4 days.
Because I could sit down and
Yep.
read 250 pages in
Yep.
a couple of hours.
And it depended on when. Like, dude, I lucked out and got some new books right before we did unit wide shakedown, and unit wide shakedown blows huge testicles, massive ones, because you're stuck. And I was in a damn dormitory, and so you're stuck in this dorm, and you have to be able to reach out and touch your bed, is as far as you can go from your bed. Every third day, you go take a shower. You're right there. You don't go anywhere. That's right there, and
Did
that's
something
it.
happen as while y'all were on that? Or
No. It's a regular. No. They do a regular. It's a regular thing.
It's a recurring thing.
Yeah. They'll shut down the whole unit, and they'll go through everything, everybody's property. You have to show.
So it's like an audit or something.
Yeah.
Was it random? Like,
No, like
Well,
they did it
do
every
randoms.
year.
They do randoms on a daily basis. They'll just do a random.
Yeah,
whenever they get
that's
well.
different. This was a
This was
unit wide.
mandated
Yeah, this
thing
is
that-
everywhere across the entire unit. Everybody is shut down.
no, but like what I
Except-
was asking is like, did you as a inmate, like, did you know it was going to happen, or they didn't?
It's
Did you prepare?
Well, they have them around certain times of the year,
Okay.
and it's kind of like it's been
curious.
a minute, but it was kind of like, that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know that it's
just don't know
it's going to
when,
happen.
exactly.
Yeah, not exactly. I don't.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, shakedown's coming. All right.
Yeah.
It's like boom, and you have to go through. If you have any type of property, you have to go through and you have to have all your receipts for it and show that this is yours. You bought it. This is, or you came with, if it's a watch, you came with your watch, or if it's a necklace, you came with it. The few things that you could have.
You had to have proof that it was yours,
Yep.
not stolen. or-
Yep.
Damn.
Yep. Or contraband.
Yeah.
We had all kinds. You would lose.
They
You'd
gave
lose all
us
kinds of stuff.
in our cells. We had a board.
Mm-hmm.
It was like like those white boards that you hold up at a wrestling concert.
Okay.
The pieces
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
paper-
Oh
like
yeah. Yeah.
paper
Yeah.
board.
Yeah. Poster board.
Poster board.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was that size.
Yeah.
I don't know, what is that, a 2 foot by 1.5 foot or something like
Yeah.
that.
Like
And the
2x3 or 2x4 or
the
something.
surface of it was sticky like a Post-it note,
Mhm.
and I actually think Post-it made these things. So something
Probably.
you could put stuff on it and it would
Oh,
stick to
okay.
it,
Yeah.
so you didn't have to use tacks.
Gotcha.
And you could only have enough pictures that would fit on that board.
Gotcha.
If you couldn't have loose pictures. All of your pictures had to fit on that board.
Gotcha.
So I've got a bunch of pictures that I had from my cell. I found them a while back. That I cut out the backgrounds. What's going on?
Well, no, I'm just sitting here thinking where I have somewhere is my photo album from prison. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract you.
This wasn't pictures of me.
No, me neither. No,
per se.
me neither.
But
These
this was
are
pictures that I
these are
had,
family
a family
pictures.
picture,
Yes. Same thing.
Like,
yes,
and
yes,
I
yes.
even told my mom. My mom had went to Alabama while I was locked up, and I told her, stop on the dirt road and take a picture
Oh
of
yeah.
the dirt road.
Yeah.
Just so I can look at it and remember.
Yeah.
Because I used to run up and down that dirt road on a 4-wheeler all the
Yeah.
time. So I had pictures, but if it was a picture of me and my mom, or my mom and my sister, I cut the background out so I could fit other pictures on there.
Oh, I got you. I understand.
Just to have
yeah,
as many
yeah.
pictures as I could on that little Post-it board.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
have.
it sucked. What do you mean? It's
Well,
pretty
no,
cool?
I
It
mean-
fucking sucked.
No, you're absolutely right
Yeah.
about that. You're 100%. I know that it sucked.
But we couldn't
but
have loose pictures in
the
like, put in a
idea
book.
that never mind. You
It's
know
a good
what I'm
idea to
saying.
cut.
Dick.
Yeah.
Dick. Dick.
I've been called worse by better.
Dick. Do you want a B12 shot
Yeah.
in the refrigerator in the butter deal?
In
Yeah.
the Better Business Bureau.
In the better butter in the better butter. The better business.
The Better Business Bureau.
Bingo booga booga. Ooga booga business. Ah shit. Screw you.
So John Grisham had that book. He had that book, The Client. That's one of his more known. I think it
Yeah.
was made into a movie. He
Yeah.
had a book called The Chamber. It's about a gas chamber. And then one of my favorite books of his.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead. I just had a. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
One of my favorite books of his was it was a book called The Testament. And it was kind of law involved, but not really. It was this rich old man who had like 7 or 8 kids, and they were all spoilt ass little brats. And he was about to die. So he owned this big company, this big corporation, and he is filming the reading of his testament will on the top story of this building that he owned, and all of his spoiled ass brat kids are downstairs in a conference room watching the filming of this reading of his will.
Mm-hmm.
He has a psychologist or psychiatrist, whatever you want to call him, sitting there verifying that he is of sound mind, that he is, legally sane, and he reads off all of this kids how much money they're going to get, right? Like he's splitting up his millions and millions of dollars between all of these kids, these spoilt ass kids. Anyway, everything's done. The kids are leaving the building. They're out in the parking lot. They're all high-fiving each other about how much money they're fixing to get because their dad's going to die. And, they're more worried about that kind of stuff. And he keeps the camera rolling. And he looks into the camera and he says, all of that I just said, void.
I feel like
My new last will and testament is I want to give every bit of my money to this one child of mine who has never had anything to do with me, but she's doing missionary work in Nicaragua or Nigeria or wherever she's at. She's doing this missionary work. She's lived a good life. She's never asked me for anything. She's never tried to live off of me, but I want to give her all of my money. And then he runs and throws himself off of his building and kills himself.
What?
Yeah. So as far as all the other kids that are in the parking lot that see him do this, they think, oh, we just hit the lottery.
Oh, those selfish assholes.
Yeah.
That's all. Their whole concern is like,
They go
this
out-
guy's dead, now we're rich.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes. They even go as far as to go out and buy new houses on credit and get all these Lamborghinis. And
But they still haven't been read the will, and
Because he
still
put on
haven't
there-
seen the new video.
he said on the new video, I do not want this released until 30 days after my death. I don't want any word of it. I've signed off on it.
What movie or what book?
It's called The Testament. It's a John Grisham book. So they're all out spending all this money that they think that they're going to inherit, not really knowing for 30 days that the official will and testament is going to be released, and they're not getting any money.
The Testament. Right here. Right.
Does it have a little synopsis there? That's a pretty long synopsis. We ain't got to read through all that, but yeah.
Well, no, those are several different ones. I think. Yeah.
Oh, that's the
Troy's
characters.
lawyer, confident executor, must find Rachel, but he knows that. But he knows only that she is a missionary somewhere in Brazil. He decides to.
Brazil, that's it.
Oh no, it's describing each character or something. I
Yeah.
guess I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Was there a film adaptation? Nope.
But dude, that was so classic that he got all them kids back by screwing them in the end. Just think how they're going to feel when the final testament gets released and they're not getting any of the money, and they've all just racked up a bunch of debt thinking that they're going to be able to pay it all off when they get their money. That's the ultimate FU.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like to have to worry about, an inheritance. And I've never received an inheritance, so I don't think I ever will. So I'm okay with that. Good, getting hot.
You all right there, Big D?
Oh yeah, I'm way better now.
Fantastic.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
You're
There's water down there at your
Yeah, I
at
grabbed
your
one.
feet also. So.
you're resuscitating into that mic pretty hard.
Yeah, just a little bit of.
The big guy moving around a little bit.
All you got to say, I feel you, dude. All I got to do is stand up and I get out of breath.
Right. No, there's. Yeah. No judgment here whatsoever.
So yeah, I'm right there with Dillon on that, dude. I read books because they escaped.
Yeah.
It put me in a world that I could live in. I read all the Lord of the Rings books when I was in state lockup. I read a lot of books when I was in state lockup.
Yeah.
Well, like I read a lot of books whenever I was in high school. I enjoyed reading. I honestly did, but I didn't. I mean, like I read some Kurt Vonnegut and different things like that. I mean, but I liked a lot of horror. I read a lot of fiction fiction, and
What's that guy's name? What's that author's name? Dean Koontz. You ever heard of Dean Koontz?
I
It's
haven't.
kind of like Stephen King-ish. He had this whole series called
he's
Odd.
like a PG Stephen King.
Yeah.
You know.
He had the Odd series, Odd Thomas.
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
God, those are so good, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, that movie.
They made a movie too.
Oh, that movie was so good. And then he died. Anton, I can't remember his last name, but the Russian kid. You know, that was such a messed up. That was a weird one too, dude. You know how he died?
Mm-mm.
He
Turned
got
out the main character that played Odd Thomas.
yeah. He also played in like Charlie Bartlett. He played in the new Star Trek movies as
Never got into Star Trek.
the Russian guy because he was Russian. But he played in a lot of movies. Anyway, he played in Alpha Dogs.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the kid that got
Murdered.
yes,
Yeah. the
got
young
kidnapped
kid.
and everything.
Yeah.
But
Dude, that was such a good fucked up movie.
he got stuck between his Jeep and his I think it was like a brick mailbox or something. Like he had got out of his Jeep and then it rolled and smashed him. Like I don't know, like it was this weird, like it was very strange. It's very strange circumstances and very suspicious. Very, very suspicious. I can't remember if he was like one of those 27s.
Oh yeah. That MGK song hits me hard every time. If I must go and die at 27, at least I know I died a legend.
Anton Yelkin.
Yep, that's him. That's the guy that played Odd Thomas.
A brick pillar pinned between his Jeep Grand Cherokee and a brick pillar post outside of his house in a studio city of Los Angeles, dead from a freak accident. As he got out of his car and went to check his lot gate or mail, the vehicle apparently rolled back down his driveway, which was a steep incline, and trapped him against the pillar and security fence.
That happened on the
At the age
The
of,
Ranch.
check it out, the very next sentence.
27.
At the age of 27. So he was one of those 27s.
That happened on the episode of The Ranch.
Where'd my mouse go? There it is.
Ash got it.
He's been so annoying. He wants outside. He wants outside so bad. I mean,
Yeah.
bad. Yesterday and then today, like he's been spending a lot of time. Whenever I have the front door open, spending a lot of time right there up against the storm door. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
I
tried
know.
to go outside when I came over that Tuesday, and I'm like, no, sir.
Yeah,
no, sir,
no.
you're not
Yep.
going outside. I'm not
Yep.
going to be the one that loses
Yep.
Sam's cat.
Yep. I was like, yeah, the other day he was sitting there trying to, and I was like, you're out of your, like I was talking to him, I was like, you're out of your fucking mind, dude. I'm like, no. You were gone for a whole week last time, and you were stuck behind a chain link fence. Like you couldn't figure out how to get out of the trucking. Like,
Little
dude, you
rascal.
can't survive at. Like, you're not. Like, if you couldn't figure out how to get around a damn fence, I'm
Sorry,
scared to let
but-
you out again.
Yeah.
Like,
Listen. Like
listen, Linda.
Like Justin Nunley. You know who Justin Nunley is? He's that guy on Facebook and TikTok that always starts his videos out. Listen.
Oh no.
Did you know that? And he gives you this random ass fact. Oh no. It's pretty funny. He's friends with Jelly Roll. He's been in a couple Jelly Roll videos.
All right.
Listen.
Listen.
He doesn't say it like that. He's just like, listen. Did
Listen.
you know that cat is just demonstrating behavior that we've all demonstrated in our lives?
Yes, without a
It's
doubt,
very
100%.
bad for us, but we still want it anyway.
Yep, 100%. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But also at the same time, I'm like
I know.
the people that stepped in and said, "Whoa, You need to sit your ass down for a little while. You need to listen.
Did you know that this is going to kill you?
Yeah,
if
you
don't
need to
stop?
sit your ass down.
Simmer down.
It's like, since I have control over you, you're going to sit the hell down right here, and you're going to stay right here in
Meow.
these two little rooms.
Pick a number.
Pick a number between
Let's go
1 and
with
20 that's not
8 or 13.
6 or 13.
Pick 6 for you, I thought.
Let's go with 3.
What was the very first
Oh, yeah,
concert
it was
you
19
ever
and 13.
attended?
Nickelback. And it was awesome.
Where was this, in Iowa?
Yeah, in Des Moines, Iowa. I went with my dad and my aunt.
I don't understand why people hate Nickelback. I love Nickelback.
Yeah, me too. Christian does too. We were talking about that the other day. Shut up, Sam. I don't care. Shout out to Nickelback.
Yeah,
Nickelback is a great
no
man.
idea what I'm laughing. He doesn't know what I'm laughing
Me?
at. No, he doesn't understand.
Oh.
What I'm laughing so hard about. Do you know why I'm laughing so
I
hard about?
might. I'm sure it's something that we've talked
From
about.
one of our podcasts where you and I are talking about it. We're talking about Preston loving Nickelback, and you look into the camera and go, "I love Nickelback." And
I remember watching that.
And then I cut it, and so you repeat, "I love Nickelback. I love Nickelback. I love." Like,
Oh, did I? I don't
That's what
remember
you're
doing this.
laughing
yeah,
at. Okay.
that's like I cut like there's a whole there's a whole between two beards.
Better not
deal
cut that
where
out.
there's- yeah.
Better
so-
not cut me out saying I love Nickelback.
Oh hell no! I'll probably copy it. I'll probably copy it and
Blast
play
me
it
all over.
and play it a couple times back to back.
I just had a surreal experience. So I was watching a clip of Bobby Lee and what's his name, the redheaded dude,
Andrew
Andrew or something.
starts with an S. Starts with an S. Salt. Yeah, somewhere around there. Salt.
Salzini.
Saul Goodman.
No. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Santini.
Santoni. Andrew Santoni. Anyway, so there was a clip.
Santino. Jeez Louise.
Santino. There's a clip of.
We are retarded.
There is a clip. Yeah, that's him right there, Andrew Santino.
Yeah.
They're pretty.
He's got a
funny,
lot
dude.
of clips. He's got a lot of cameos and little shows and stuff.
Yeah.
He's also a stand-up comedian. He's pretty funny. He does a lot of stuff with Louis C.K. I think maybe.
So
No, Bobby. Oh yeah, you're talking about
Burt
Bobby Lee.
Crusher too is on. He's on
Yeah.
some Burt Crusher stuff.
Yeah.
But so but him and Bobby do their podcast,
yeah.
and there's a clip of him.
That's like
making-
something Bad Friends or
I don't know the name of
I
it.
can't remember. Something about
Anyway,
something Friends.
He's talking to Bobby, and he's making fun of Bobby's mom, and he goes all cross-eyed. And he goes, "I'm Bobby's mom. I'm Bobby's mom." Well, I guess later on in life, they're talking about that clip, and Bobby can't remember anything. That he's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, people come up to me all the time on the street, and they're like, dude, the Bobby's mom. I'm Bobby's mom." I'm Bobby's mom." And Bobby he does not remember saying any of this, of what happened. But I just had that moment right now when you're talking about the Nickelback thing. I'm like, I do not remember. I would think that I would remember what we talked about. I didn't remember it all.
What's that animal in Chicago? The grizzly animal.
In Chicago?
Your mom.
Is this not it?
Your mom. He said your mom. Yes, this is it. Yes. He said your mom. Because he's from Chicago. Andrew Santino is.
That grizzly animal. It's
Don't talk about my mother.
it's just a joke. Relax.
Yeah, my mother's very pretty.
She's a beautiful
This
woman.
is-
Unlike your cross-eyed
Yeah, hold
mother.
on. Hold on.
Well, don't you don't have
Hold
to.
on.
I'm not Bobby Mother. I'm Bobby Mom.
You're so fucking mean, dude.
So he's talking to Bobby later on about people coming up to him in the street and want him to do the "I'm Bobby Mada," and Bobby cannot remember. He's like, "When did we talk about this?" He's like, "You don't remember when we did that thing?" And you're like, "Don't talk about my mom." And I'm like, "I'm Bobby Mama."
Ooh, that was good.
I'm Bobby Mom.
Wow.
Have you heard the one where he's talking about getting molested? He's Bobby
No.
Lee's on another podcast with these two guys, and he's like, "I'm going to tell y'all something. It's very, very sensitive to me." but when I was 12 years old, I was molested. And they kind of start, like, and he's like, dude, don't laugh. Why would you laugh about that? And they have to reset, and they're like, oh, we're sorry. He's like, I'm going to start the story again, and you better not laugh. When I was 12 years old, I was savagely by, and they're like, and he's like, dude, I told you not to laugh. If you laugh one more time, I'm leaving. And they're like, okay, we won't laugh. And then he's like, when I was 12 years old, I was savagely retarded, and they can't hold it together. They're just falling out laughing. Oh, they're like, you can't add stuff to the story, man. You're making us laugh.
I'm cracking up. I'm losing it.
I'm serious.
I was
keeps
savage.
getting worse.
They're like, ah. Hey, my newfound comedian that I really like was on Joe Rogan.
From Highway Suspect? Yeah.
Man.
Bad. His hair's trimmed because sometimes they curl up and they.
See, that's.
Are you pulling up?
So yeah, Jelly Roll on Rogan. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, because
things that Jelly
I
Roll said
think
was-
it was on this
You're
one.
letting a loser win. Like, I'm a loser, dude. I'm a complete failure in life.
Why is it
Like,
so?
you could tell
Because
how
I
humble
sped it
and
up.
how
Oh, just
appreciative
It's intentional.
he is of every chance.
Sounds so weird.
Love that soundtrack.
I've never seen that movie.
I feel like that's what I sounded like when I was on drugs.
It's like growing up in a very rural area. That's what they're calling it. Music of choice around
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
and
it's the
other rural
normal.
areas.
Like my granny was always playing. Her favorite was Patsy Cline, and so
Wow.
it's like, oh, that's interesting. Let's talk about it. Let's learn some more about it. That he likes to present to back his beliefs,
Trippy, dude. That is so trippy.
like because I'm not your typical Christian, anyways.
I'm trying to find
Yes,
where
true
you.
Christianity is spiritual Christianity.
Yes,
Right.
religion,
Yeah.
yes, dude. Feel free to attack.
Sure, it
religion
wasn't on
all
the
day long.
on the
I will get the
couch.
popcorn. I will get some butter. We'll get a.
I feel like it was when we were on the couch.
Yeah, but I thought it was on one of these.
Here I am saying I feel like it was. I don't even remember doing it.
I feel like it was too.
Christianity
No.
or what I see
God.
as religion. God. And
Well-
me to not fall victim to going down that rabbit hole because I know better now. I was in a point before where I was looking for a reason not to believe. You know what I mean?
Look, they go to attack God, and what they wind up doing is attacking.
See the beginning of the
man's
beards.
religion,
Man's
man's,
religion,
tradition,
man's version of-
yeah,
yeah,
that's what they wound up
Yeah.
doing. It was good
Yeah.
versions of it. That's the
Why does
thing
that
is
keep
you have
popping up?
bands that come out and
Because
they
it's
try
an
to do things.
advertisement. This is just the clips.
It's like,
This
Oh,
is to
okay.
get. This is just an
Yeah.
advert. Yeah, this is just
a.
Oh, I watched this. This wasn't
Yeah.
down this because we were talking
Okay,
strictly
so-
about religion.
I heard a
through this whole
Nickelback
thing.
song.
Okay, that's right.
I heard a Nickelback song. There it is.
Did I say that?
I think
Today
you
that
just
I'd heard
did.
before and
Preston's
added it.
been playing the hell out of Nickelback.
Who?
Oh,
Preston,
What Nickelback?
he loves Nickelback. Preston,
I didn't know
he
that.
loves Nickelback.
Really? Huh.
Yes.
That's funny.
It's comical. It's comical.
Funny.
Um,
I don't know why
Friday.
people hate Nickelback.
It's.
I love Nickelback. I'll go on the record and say it right now. I love Nickelback.
Ah!
I love Nickelback. I love Nickelback. Love Nickelback.
You're
Oh,
such
yeah,
a
thanks for the
dick.
tadpole present that I walked into the house to the other day. I was like, what the hell is this?
Awesome. You gonna do the same thing to me, aren't you?
So that's why I was laughing so freaking hard. That was what popped in my head was I love Nickelback. So, it's like I love Nickelback. I love.
Dillon, I'm getting trolled on my own show. This is like I have part ownership in this show, and I'm getting trolled on it. No one is off limits.
I don't know what to tell you,
No
bud.
one is off limits on this show.
This is what happens when you're my friend. Because I expect you to do it to me.
Hell yeah.
Oh, dude.
that's
So,
good.
I
All
just
right.
might. Yeah, I'm thinking.
Touche.
I'm thinking we may.
We may have a second Nickelback clip.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe my brother can start taking a shot every time we mention Nickelback from now on. Get off of my Linkin Park.
Yeah.
And it's always what made it so much better was the fact that you went with Preston and Nickelback, and it was just like that was exactly what sparked.
have a deja vu moment?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was just like, is it gonna happen again? And since
And I did say that. I said I love Nickelback. And I didn't get all animated about it. But I
no,
was
you
like, I
just
love
you were
Nickelback.
like I'll go in there. I love. You just look directly in the
I don't
camera.
understand why people
Yeah, you just look directly in the camera. It's just like, I love Nickelback.
Maybe I'm predictable.
And so that was just.
Maybe I need to do something off the wall that people don't see coming, since I'm so predictable.
It wasn't that. It was just.
Sam, hey, the next time we have a guest on, Sam is going to pull him to the side and be like, "Say something about Nickelback, please. I need you at some point in time. Just bring up Nickelback.
Just when you least
and then
expect
just
it.
shut up and let Matt do his thing."
Don't laugh. Try not to laugh.
What's your favorite Nickelback song? Now that since we're giving me ideas about what.
That's a tough choice.
It's really hard. Just pick one. This way I know what to bring up. That's all I need to know. Because otherwise,
If I had to pick one, probably Photograph.
Wow.
That's what I was. That was one of the first ones that popped in my head.
That's my least favorite Nickelback song.
Really?
Just because it's so overplayed.
Yes, it is.
I just love it.
Don't get me wrong, it's a great song.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Matt?
Billie Jean was a great song too, but I'm tired of hearing it.
Yeah.
Someday.
Yeah, that's a good one.
How the hell did we wind up like this? Why weren't we able? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course. I was alive during that time.
When it came out.
I was listening to that kind of alternative rock. It was funny, one day I was working with a guy. We were working out at PK, and we were coming back, and we were listening to, I can't remember whatever radio station, but he was like, "You listen to a lot of different kinds of music, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, how do you know?" He's like, "Because every time we switch to a different station, you know the song." Yeah, it's like, yeah, kind of.
Try not to limit myself with that crap.
Yeah, it's kind of, well, it's like sometimes, though, it's just like, yeah, it's just what's on, though, you know.
Yeah.
It's what's on, and so
Whether
you
like
get
it
to
or
know
not,
it.
you've
Yeah,
heard it so much,
yeah, it's just like, well, because sometimes, like, if you're stuck in the middle of nowhere, you don't have cell signal, but you'll get an FM signal if you still have a radio.
They also had another really good song that I liked, and I can't remember the name of it. It's on the All the Right Reasons album, but it starts out, "Heaven's gates won't open up to me."
Save Me, I think.
Yeah,
Saving Me.
Or Saving Me, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the one that
So
Preston was so
late 2000s, like 2006, 2007. This is like right when MP3 players started becoming a thing.
Yeah.
I had a 94 Cavalier. It was my first car, and I had I put a system in it or whatever, but it was just the CD player.
Yeah.
We didn't have MP3. I mean, I didn't have MP3s, and we didn't have Bluetooth technology at that point. We did, but it was in earpieces. It really hadn't made its way over to vehicles yet. That All the Right Reasons sound album.
The song Preston was talking about was If Everyone Cared. I believe.
Everyone cared and nobody cried.
Yeah.
Nobody cried.
I have no idea. I think it was for some reason I was thinking
What are you trying to find? I've already told you the one that I was talking about. It's the one, All the Right Reasons sound album, the one with the car on it, on the far right. Right there, Saving Me, right there.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Heaven's gates won't open up.
Okay, yeah, this was 2005. Okay, yeah. Set.
On these hands and knees, I'm crawling. All I need for you.
Okay, yeah, this is the album that has Photograph and everything. This has
Follow You Home was a great
yeah,
song.
this was a big. I remember this was
Just
a big
Follow You
album.
Home.
Yeah.
Animals.
Animals is really good.
Yeah, that was big on the radio.
Photograph.
Next
Rockstar.
Rockstar was on
Rockstar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was a big freaking album.
It was.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
it. Dude, that next contestant, where he's pretty much talking about people hitting on his girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah, play it, next contestant.
I heard the radio stuff, and some of it's good. Some of I digged. Some of it's like it's a party. Sometimes, like this album's like there's.
So I don't have to fight off every ass meant onto her.
Damn, Sam, I feel that B12 kicking in. It's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And I'm used to taking B12 after every meal. I usually just take the capsule. And
Is that to help boost your metabolism?
yeah, because I'm just like, ugh. And so it's just I just take one
Is this a
after each
liquid
meal.
shot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, it's just B12 and caffeine. So this reminds me of that. Did they have the bad girlfriend? Who had the bad girlfriend? Theory
That
of a
was
Dead
Theory of a
Man.
Dead Man.
Yeah,
Theory.
Theory.
And they're
Good
part of,
friends.
and they're under
They're good
Nickelback.
friends.
Yeah. I think
Matter of fact-
Nickelback brought them in
Yes.
to the scene.
Matter
and
of
stuff,
fact,
or
Chad
were on them.
Kroger.
Yeah.
Chad Kroger helped.
Was he a
uh,
producer on there?
Well, no, I'm saying
Or-
that the song "Medicate" from Theory of a Dead Man.
God, that's such a good
That's
song,
such
dude.
a good song.
I love Theory of a
Chad
Dead Man.
Kroger
I
helped him
just
write that
do.
song.
Really? I love
That
that. I
is
just
such a
love
good
Theory of a
song.
Dead Man. Like
Yeah.
I just do. I have a. Oh yeah. Oh, I know. I
That
could.
is such-
I could.
I used
jam.
to have that as my alarm to wake me up.
I remember whenever that album came out. I was looking forward to it because I was like, hell yeah, because they were also in the process of changing their name to Theory.
Yeah, they just go by Theory now.
Yeah. So if you type in Theory, it brings up Theory of a Dead Man. Here we go. Yeah, all these songs are
I see that
freaking
you have it
badass.
hearted.
Huh?
I see that you have it hearted.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I have this
Absolutely.
whole. When this album came out, I was just like, "F yeah, dude!" Like
Such a good song.
Like this whole
yeah.
album is badass. I didn't care for the fact they did the cover of Wicked Game. Just
I
because
haven't heard
so
it. Play it. Please play it. I love that song.
oops, pressed the wrong button. Press the wrong button. So you haven't heard their cover of it.
I don't
This
think
is
I've
the
heard
Chris
this.
Isaac.
Yeah.
The Chris Isaac Wicked game.
Yeah, yeah. It's good, but
Did you just hear Tenacious D do this?
yes. Yeah.
I kind of have to say
It's
get it
good.
so far.
No, it's good. No, it's
Then what's your
good.
beef with it?
Everybody covers it.
Now the
No,
song
this album, when this album came out,
Then
everybody in the
everybody's
freaking, I'd already heard Corey Taylor does a better.
love.
I
Snow
mean,
Sour. Yeah,
so there's-
love their
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, there's
version.
a bunch of covers of it.
But this is a
He does
different
it
take.
good. He does good. He does good.
I got to go add that to my playlist now.
It's fantastic.
G-Eazy covered this.
I think I've heard it.
Oh, it's going on my playlist now, like right now.
What a wicked game you played.
Make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do. To make me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say. You never felt this way.
What a wicked thing to do.
This is phenomenal.
Dream of you and I wanna fall in love.
God, I wish I could sing right now. It's pissing me off.
Wanna fall in love with you.
I love the strings, man. The violins in the background. Oh. This is probably my favorite cover of it.
Was on fire, no one could save me but you.
That is so good.
Your strange what desire.
This ranks right up there with what's his name doing Leonard Skinner, the guy from
Never dreamed that I'd love somebody.
Shinedown.
Yeah, Shine Down.
This ranks right up there with that.
Never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you.
He's so good with that falsetto and getting up there.
I feel like I'm pretty good at that when I can sing.
If I gargle honey, I can do it. It just opens all this. It clears. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
This is epic, dude.
it's pretty good. I know it's good. I was just like,
This album came out on my birthday.
oh yeah,
27th,
October 27th.
Dylan, you know the original of this, right? The Chris Isaac.
No, I don't. I was saying that before
Chris
you guys
Isaac
played
did
it.
this song in the when the 80s?
Yeah,
Huh? Was it the 80s when Chris Isaac did it?
yeah, yeah. But I love this whole
That was
album though, man.
Epic.
This whole album, I used to,
That was epic.
because it's like 2017. Let's see, my
This
son
right
was born
here.
in 2000.
What just
So
happened right here?
That was like right whenever I moved back to Newcastle from Abilene. Go ahead.
What just happened right now in this room is why I love music.
Yeah.
This is why I love music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit like this.
Yeah.
That as much knowledge and as much information as I have about music, somebody can show me something new and I fall in love with it all over again. And it's like,
Yep.
oh man, God, that was so good, so good. Thank you, Sam, for sharing that.
You haven't heard this
I
album?
haven't heard the album. I've heard Medicaid off of it. I think that's probably the only thing I've heard off of it. Sometimes I'm bad about that. Sometimes
Dude,
I'll
this
latch
is-
onto a song and not go listen to the album.
Yeah. It's easy to do.
Long ago, you were laid right here, and the blue light flickered love everywhere. Now you're checking out, and I'm missing you. The smell of cigarettes is taking over for the pain in my chest.
Hey Sam, after this is over, pull up Mad Season. Wake Up. I want you to check that out.
Okay.
This old hotel will never be home, 'cause you are home to me. This is my wake up call, I slept through it, going through life hypnotic. Got my own, got my own. These four walls is where I live, with the ghost of you is all I get. Got my own.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah, I'm with Matt. The only song I've heard is Medicaid.
It's a good song. It doesn't resonate with me, but it's a good song.
Yeah.
It's a well done song. Kind of a little bit more ballady.
Right.
It not long after this album was released, me and my son's mom split up, and she moved out of my house. And so, for me, whenever I listen to it, why it hits me, yeah, it's because he's talking about a hotel or what, different things. But like whenever he's talking about in this verse where he says that old worn out rug has seen better, and it's like, I remember, like, I had a rug that went with my couch and it's like, for me, it hits, and it's like, it reminds me of all of that time, and it's produced, it's so well produced too. It has that good sound and perfect melody and everything with it.
I have a personal question for you.
Absolutely.
Do you
Get closer to your microphone. I can't hear you. You're fired. It's like, you can't fire me. I'm like, shit. Right.
I keep feeling like I'm bringing this up,
There you go.
There you go.
and then somehow, I guess because I keep resting my hand on it, it keeps dropping back down a little bit.
Yeah.
'Cause I had it clearing that
Okay, so
table.
that thing, because that
Anyway.
right there adjusts that
Yeah,
part
yeah.
up and down. Go
And
ahead.
then this part adjusts the in and out. When I look back, because I helped you clean that trailer out. It's a very nice trailer.
Right.
The trailer you had it on
Yeah.
your parents' property over there.
Yeah. It's my
So-
parents' trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was still a nice trailer.
Yeah.
Big, spacious.
Yeah.
Had so
Yeah,
much
four
room.
4 bedrooms, two
It's
two
a
full
big
baths.
double
I had
wide.
a
Had 2 living rooms.
2
in it.
showers. Yeah, 2 living rooms, full kitchen,
Oh,
garden,
you weren't there. Yeah, that's
garden,
right. When
garden
we went over there and cleaned that
bathtub,
thing out.
garden bathtub, walk-in
Yeah, he had a
closet.
huge trailer.
My master
Yeah.
bedroom was
Almost the size of this apartment.
almost the size of
Yeah.
this apartment. You also I had an office on that
Yep.
side. You throw that in, and it was my master bedroom was the length of
Oh
this.
yeah, you
this
had that
apartment.
whole office area in
Yeah.
the back.
Yeah. So if you knocked out this wall right here,
Yeah.
that would be my whole bedroom and
Mm.
office area. And then it was So what was
Wow.
the
Do you just didn't want to live there, or it just wasn't an option anymore? Like,
combination?
put you in a bad place, or
Um,
and enabled you.
Yeah, all of the above.
Okay.
Okay, so
Because me from the outside looking in would be like, dude, you could have moved, graduated House of Mercy, and had a nice place set up. Wouldn't have to be dealing with living here and spending all your money, paying the rent here, and taking care of your bills here. When you, I mean, obviously you'd still have bills there, but you didn't have to pay rent per se, right? Because your parents own the place.
yeah, that's how it was. That's how
Yeah.
I was living there.
So, I
Okay.
mean,
So
as
first of
far as
all,
living situations go,
first of all, my parents own the house to begin with.
and the land.
Yeah, and all that. Well, my grandpa still technically owns the land. But anyways, doesn't matter. The point is that it was their house, right? And they told me as long as I wanted to live there, right? It was mine to live there, or my brother too, either one of us. And so I was doing that. And the thing is, whenever I roll back to is it 2006? 2006. Not long after my folks bought that house, a couple of years after my folks bought that house, is whenever I started abusing inhalants, and I started using them right there in that house, and that's where I started that mess. And there's been so many other things tied into it, and then the relationships, and then all the drugs and all the alcohol and just all the bad just stuff. Like you're talking about, you just walk in and it's just
a
the same
constant
shit.
reminder.
Yeah, it's the same shit. And it's like,
It's the same way with me in Fort Worth. I can't
Yeah.
drive through Fort Worth without having memories on every corner. Of,
Yeah.
Did a dope
Yeah.
deal there? Did a dope deal there?
Yeah.
Pulled over there to.
yeah.
You know?
Well, it's like with the addiction that I had, I would leave evidence sometimes with whatever, and it's like there would be things messed up, and there would always be like this stain or this pool or this something going on that would be this constant reminder or whatever. Or you walk in the house, like I would walk in my house, and the first thing I would see was a chandelier that I installed that she picked out. You know what I mean? That sat over the dining room table, and it's like things like that,
No, I get that
but
100%.
but also with the whole, my folks were ready to get rid of it because of how many times there towards the end, like they were afraid to come over to the house because they didn't know what state I was in.
Yeah.
They never knew
Yeah.
whether it was I was in there for a while. I was going through the suicidal depression stuff, and they didn't know
Or if you were manic
what that
or-
was. Yeah, because it was getting bad. That's whenever I went to Red River, and then whenever if I was on drugs, or if they thought I was, they were scared to come over because they're like, we don't want to know for sure. We would rather, we don't want to see it. We don't, because it's like, because they're, as parents, want to be like, they want to do something about it or whatever, and try to be a parent in that time. But it's like, I'm on a different level, and that's not happening. As far as in my mind, you're the enemy right now. So,
Yeah.
and that's rough too, dude. I mean,
We talked about something along this edge on a previous podcast about how
what was that song, Dylan? I'm sorry, no.
Mad Season, Wake Up.
we
Go
we
ahead.
talked about how the damage that we do in our personal relationships with either our family or
Yeah, we were talking about that with Phil.
and
yeah,
how
last time.
it kind of never really repairs itself back to the way it was.
Right.
It's interesting that we talked about that, and I just made a trip to Alabama to see my mom.
Yeah,
This time being around my mom is almost as close to the normal as it's ever been. Like, I think it's because now here it is. This is the longest stint.
I'm saying
in my
you've been
adult
putting
life.
you've been putting in real work and
Yes.
years of
Yeah,
doing
it's
this.
been over 2 years now that I've been clean, and I think she sees that, and now she's allowing herself to treat me like I was before everything started happening.
Yeah, I mean they build up
It
a
was
wall.
nice. It was really nice.
They build
being
up
at my
walls. They build up walls, rightfully so.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And so it's just like we were talking about. You know, it's like sometimes it takes time, but
Well, I feel
that's
like
really cool to hear, though.
I feel like part of it was because in the most recent times, she was with the man that she's married to now.
Yeah.
And I saw it in my drug-addled mind as he's influencing you and changing you. You're not my mom anymore because you're treating me differently, even though I'm the one out here screwing up.
Right.
You should still treat me as the way you always have. You know, that's the
Why
selfishness.
are you treating me different?
Yeah, that's the
Because
selfishness
you're
in
destroying
me.
your life and you're destroying my life in the process.
I even told my mom that she needed to start acting more like her mom and less like her husband at one point in time.
Yeah.
Because
one
my
of the-
granny, she's just that person that it doesn't matter how bad off you are. She's dealt with addiction with her son, my youngest uncle,
Yeah.
my Uncle Gabe. He's cut from the same cloth I am. He's been to prison for dope.
Oh yeah.
You know, and gets out, does good for a while, and then goes back to dope, but she's always whatever he needed. You know,
Yeah.
she's always enabled him, whatever he needed. He needed a place to stay. If he needed to leave his stuff at her house, it's whatever. And I even told my mom that at one point in time. You're being too much like Tim and not enough like Lucretia. Lucretia's my grandma.
Yeah.
You know, that's where my mindset was. But I'm now that I am who I am now, I'm glad Tim is there for my mom, and I'm glad that he's been the husband that she's always needed. My dad was a shit husband to her. My stepdad was a shit husband to her. At least now she has a man that cares enough to make her drop her kids.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he made her see that. And
Yeah.
he's the one that has helped her build that life that she has now.
Yeah.
And she has everything she's ever wanted. She has a very nice house. She has property. She has a four-wheeler. She has a washer and dryer that works. You know what I mean? Like, this is all shit that... We used to go to the laundromat all the time. My mom hated it. But
Yeah.
my stepdad wouldn't buckle down and do what he needed to do to provide for her what she wanted.
Yeah.
You know, but now she has a husband that does, and all her bills are paid, and she has a brand new car that's not in jeopardy of being repoed, or you know what I mean? Like, and I'm so proud of the fact that she has him, but in that mind state, I hated it. You know, oh, you're turning into Tim. It's a damn good thing you turned into Tim, because Tim helped you move on and live your own damn life.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, this last trip to Alabama was very nice, being around my mom and her just being normal around me.
Yeah.
And
That's good. That's
it was
awesome.
it was really cool. Anyway, sorry to get off on that.
Yeah.